Hello Scorpio, this is going to be your November read. Please keep in mind that Chiron will be retrograding for the entire month. If you would like to make a donation to the channel, that information is in the About section. I did pre-shuffle the cards prior to turning on the camera, and we're going to see what your November looks like. A lot of the reads have been very intense for November, and I think I did mention in the August video, and I may have mentioned it again in September, that back in the summer I talked about my suspicion that November was going to be, the last half of 2019 was going to be possibly a bit darker and a bit more chaotic. Let's see here. And I think it's been that way for some people. However, I think some of that has been an opportunity to sort of clean house before the end of the year so that you can move into 2020 with a nice fresh slate. So Scorpio, this is looking like the same sort of vibe. Very intense month for some of you in November. I'm not sure where to begin. There's so much on the board here. A lot of arguing. A lot of arguing. I see. Maybe not quite the end of a situation, but it's definitely hanging on by threads. I mean, there's deceit here, there's indecision, this could potentially be third party, or maybe the beginning, maybe you're just talking to someone or someone else is just talking to someone. A lot of worry about the future and how this, potential breakup might impact you down the line. A lot of judgment calls about ending the relationship. It comes back. There's a lot of back and forth here. This is a situation that is highly, highly volatile. Yeah, this is a lot. Excuse me 1 second. Thank you. Thank you, Scorpio. I just wanted to wait for that noise to pass so that I could continue on. I want to make sure you guys can still see that. There's a lot of reminiscing here about how things were. There's a hope that this situation can be saved. There still may be some intimacy happening, but it looks like both parties are interpreting that differently, and I think that came up for Virgo as well. I think someone here is thinking more about friendship at this point. This could be a long-term situation where it has slowly become friendship more than a romantic relationship. There could be a younger person involved. Now, there's something here that I'm a little bit confused about. We either have someone where there was a third party, but it was a fly-by-night kind of thing, and they are thinking about cutting the person off, or this is your deep hope, Scorpio, where you are really hoping that you will be the sort of winner in this relationship. It looks to me like you just don't have enough information. What you do have is a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, a lot of suspicion, and that's just not enough. So let's see what we can get into here for you, Scorpio. Maybe let's try to see what's going on in the... So the other person also thinks that this relationship has run its course. They may even be feeling justified in whatever they are doing. Devil card coming up again. So it would seem to me that this breach of trust really happened on their end versus yours. They are not really willing to give you all the details, and they shut you down when you talk about it, which explains why you are looking for more information. And some of the reason why you may be shutting down is because you are so hopeful that if you just do the right thing, this will work out. If this is a third-party situation, they're not really getting along any better with the other person. That may be because the other person is telling them that they want a relationship and this person is not interested in that. It looks like it's strictly for intimacy only. This person looks like they just want to be left alone right now. They're kind of pissed off at the whole world. They don't really want to be asked questions by anyone. They want to do what they want. They do not want anyone telling them about their expectations or what they need to do. They just don't want to answer to anybody. Yeah, you may be coming at them in a gentle way, and they are just really ready to throw swords and weapons down. They are not interested, but they're also not interested so much in this other person either. I think they are going through, I feel that they are going through some type of crisis in their own life. If this is an older person, it may be a midlife crisis. If this is a young person, they may be having issues with career, and it has them in such a crazy headspace that the thought of additionally having to be responsible and answer to people within a relationship is just not where they are. Ask for help from others. I don't think that person is interested in that. And I don't think you really need to do that either, because I think you know that there is something happening here. You know, the problem is if someone will not communicate with you, what do you do then? If you know that something is happening and the person is not willing to talk to you about it, well then, Scorpio, here is the issue. You don't really need them to come out and say to you, hey, listen, I'm getting together with somebody else. The main point is that you are extremely unhappy. And so what you have to deal with in that situation is just deciding what you are going to do from there. You don't have to have permission from the other person by them admitting guilt or no longer having the desire to stay with you or to honor you. The situation will improve. Either way, the situation always has the potential to get better, whether you choose to acknowledge that this is a situation that you can no longer function in and you leave it, or whether this person decides that they're over this phase and you hang in there. But you know that's a risk. And then you're talking about the trust. Has it been damaged beyond all repair? These are some really big things on the table for you. So Scorpio, in November, I think what you're looking at is really evaluating where you are and what you need to either stay or go. As always, you can leave comments down below. Be kind to each other. And here's to wishing that you have the very best November, Scorpio. Take care.